Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Of course, it depends in where in the world you are. I'm Diego Gomez, and today, guys, we're going to be talking about a very important summit that is happening right now in the city of Glasgow. And of course, I am talking about United Nations Climate Change Conference 2021. It's very important because about 120 world leaders gathered in Glasgow on Monday to address what scientists and health experts says is the world's biggest crisis, climate change. This meeting took place after the G20 summit that produced worrying results on climate issues as the leaders of the world's richest country failed to agree on different key goals such as a firm deadline for the end of the use of coal power and also reduce the use of petroleum. Today, I'm going to show you the main takeaways from the first full day of the United Nations Climate Summit. One of the most important things that has been happening over the last day in this conference is the presence of Joe Biden, the President of the United States, who in his main interview during this conference apologized to world leaders of COP26 for the United States withdrawal from the Paris Agreement under Donald Trump administration. Actually, Joe Biden said that I suppose I shouldn't apologize, but I do apologize for the fact that the United States, the last administration, withdrawal from the Paris agreements and put us in an awkward situation. Also, Biden said at Action and Solidarity event during this Glasgow conference that he will show to the world that the United States has not only returned to negotiations, but that he hopes to lead by the power of the example that the United States is going to take action on different climate change issues. Also, while many experts argue that his main speech is very ambitious, stating that his administration is working overtime to demonstrate that climate commitment by the United States is action and not words. This is not being 100% fulfilled in Washington D.C. This is because Democratic lawmakers have been debating without reaching to an agreement so far on an economic package that includes around 155 billion dollars in climate change provisions. Also, one of the most important things that has been happening over this World Conference is the presence of Jeff Bezos. Amazon founder and president Jeff Bezos pledged $2 billion to protect land in Africa through his founding the Jeff Bezos Earth Fund. Restoring these resources, he added during his speech, can improve soil fertility, increase soil yield, and also improve food security and access to water, create jobs, and boost economic growth while absorbing carbon. Also, in addition to this, it was announced today at the United Nations Conference on Climate Change, which is taking place in the city of Glasgow in Scotland, that 100 world leaders from countries that represent 85% of the planet's forests will sign a declaration in which they commit to stop and reverse deforestation and land degradation by 2030. Also, another very important thing that has been happening during this conference of climate change is the presence of developing nations. Delegates from Central America and Caribbean countries such as Barbados, Antigua and Barbuda, and Panama showed their discontent and disappointment and of the lack of action against climate change by the parts of the richest nations in the world, also accusing China, the United States, India, and the European region that the climate crisis facing these countries is very dangerous and that a significant change for the planet is in their hands. Also, the president of this conference on climate change, that is also a Britain legislator, said that during this conference, holding negotiations in person despite the pandemic was a key goal during his presidency of this conference. but keeping the event free of COVID-19 has been a very real tough challenge because all participants have been asked to wear a mask and have daily tests of COVID-19. And although the enclosure is huge of this conference, like about a kilometer from end to one end to the other, the large number of people present makes social distancing very difficult. So, guys, this is what is happening over the last few days on this United Nations Climate Change Conference 2021. And as always, I invite you to chat right here in the comment section and tell me what do you think about the different topics that has have presence during this World Climate Change Conference. Actually, I am talking about what do you think of the speech of Joe Biden apologizing to 120 world leaders for the withdrawal from the Paris agreements that also made Donald Trump under his administration. Also, I invite you to tell me what do you think about Jeff Bezos' $2 billion that he gave to this conference to try to prevent different troubles on food access and water access in African continent. And also tell me what do you think about how COVID-19 is going to difficult the presence and the negotiations during this World Conference. As always, I also invite you to follow me in my social media that is down here below: Facebook Diego Gomez TV, Twitter and Instagram at Diego Reportero. And also, I invite you to subscribe right here and hit the notification bell so you don't never miss my streamings, Diego Gomez TV. This was all for today, and I see you in my next streaming. Goodbye.